Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nima and Jomar show.
Hi.
We're here. We got my man Jomar over here, and we're about to talk some funny thing, a little bit about business, a little bit about what's going on in the world. It could be more about technology, it could be about business, it could be about politics, not a politics. It could be about anything in the world.
Anything could be anything.
Which could make fun. Hopefully, not a lot of people. Hopefully, those people don't get offended. So let's get it started, man.
All right, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
pleasure
awesome,
to be here
man.
with you
Thank
this
you, man.
time, and this experience to have you in front of all this audience that you have here. Hi, guys,
Exactly.
and great friend of mine, Nima. Powerful soul, energy, positive,
Thank you.
loving. And
Thank
hey, guys, get ready, man. When you get that knuckle
The
up.
knuckles, man.
The
You
knuckle
got
up.
the knuckles, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
talk me a little bit about your family background, dude.
Family background, my family came from the Philippines during the 1970s.
Yeah.
First was my grandpa came here and brought all the, his little children.
Immigrant family to US.
And I became a first generation immigrant.
Yeah.
First generation
So you're born and raised
from
here.
an immigrant family.
Yeah.
And my father and mother came during the Reagan amnesty,
Wow.
during the 1980s. So that's where my family came from. That's how they migrated from the Philippines all the way here.
So you gotta be thankful about the opportunity in US.
yeah, I'm very
You should,
grateful.
man. You should be like every day, like fired up, pumped up. You know.
Very grateful.
What my suggestion to you is more do you listen to your parents how hard it was to get here, to get the American dream and American opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Like from where I was growing up, I had to like really realize the lifestyle that was here versus a lifestyle that wasn't from here.
Yeah.
And knowing the stories and the experiences from my parents gave me the insights and the knowledge that I need to have that other people seems to don't have out of this
Right.
country.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So,
And-
but a lot of people there, even I'm talking about like even immigrants people, they came to US and they have a lot of babies here. So they usually they're US baby, but their parents are immigrants. But those baby they don't understand how hard their parents went through. You know what I mean? Even I have a lot of friends nowadays. Even that's one problem nowadays in the society. There's a lot of kids born and raised here, and they take the opportunity for granted. So they never learn about how hard their parents went through. Even a lot of our grandparents, they fought. You know what I mean? They went through the war, they went through the hunger, and everything, but they forgot everything.
Right, and that's what it is. I mean, for me, as for me, I can always speak for myself. I'm a prime example.
Right.
I was born here, but I didn't have stuff handed to me.
Right.
I was not handed a hand to my mouth.
Exactly.
And that mentality and that experience really grew who I am.
Right.
And it's either you succumb to being a spoiled little brat, or you succumb to the environment of society
Right.
and how you grow up from it.
Exactly.
And for me, growing from a society and environment where I was challenged,
Yeah.
I became more. How should I say this? I became more conscious of what I need to do in my decisions,
Right. Exactly.
especially when it came to life.
Yeah.
Because then again, you see a lot of people who are born here from an immigrant family take it for granted.
Right.
Because then again, everything is right there in their face.
Exactly.
They don't even know the mindset to really put in the work.
Exactly.
To actually
So-
work for it and
so-
then really earn it.
Yeah. So in this point, do you how did you get to know about those situations in your parents? Do you talk to them, your grandparents? How hard was it? Or how do you relate with them? Like you talk to a lot of people who went through the hard time, or you have family members who went to the military, or you know what I mean. How I learned about those people is most of the time I talk to like old people, so they have a lot of experience than me.
Yeah.
So also I talk to people who went to military because they know how to work hard. They know how to surrender or I mean they know how to sacrifice or even they know surrender for a country. You know what I mean? So they knows how to sacrifice a lot, and they're the great example for the rest of the people. So I always follow champions, military people, and like the top people who works hard. So that's how I learn about the hard work.
Right.
So for you, how do you learn about hard work? Do you talk to old people, your family members?
When I was growing,
or military family?
when I was growing up, I wasn't very vocal,
Yeah.
but I was very observant. I was
Right.
very observative of my surroundings, my awareness.
Yeah.
Very observant. But at the same time, it gave me the ideas that working hard doesn't really working hard really doesn't make you successful.
Oh, exactly.
I've seen my grandpa work his ass off. I've seen
Yeah, but a lot of people say like
Yeah.
you don't work hard, work smart.
and I've seen my father works his ass off. I've seen my
Right.
mom work their ass off. And don't get me wrong, they're professionals at what they do.
Yeah, hold on. Actually, I'm sorry. I have a great funny feelings about this. Actually, for me, how do I look at that? Is like don't work hard, work smart. Yeah, you could be working smart, but same time somebody can beat you too. Have you ever thought about that? The guy, like let's say you're a competitor, you're competing with somebody, so you're trying to compete with that guy, and that guy is work hard. You compete with whoever is competing with, but you're trying to work smart. But that's good. Your mentality is good. You're working smart, but same time you could be lose.
And you're going for the what is it?
In a way, you can honestly let's just say point that person
Because
that person.
because here's the deal. Here's the main point is people trying to work smart, but whoever works hard, so they got experience. You know what I mean? So you can't be like Michael Jordan, who shot the basketball always because he have a lot of experience. He work every day. He work out every day. He play the basketball every day. So how come you be smart to play basketball? Is there any way? You can't.
So of course, you gotta practice every day.
Exactly. You gotta practice every day. So you might lose it. You're trying to. Yeah, your point is right. Smart working smart is right, but it's dependent on whom. Get it? It could be like, let's say if you're a doctor, it could be worse. It could work. If you're an engineer, it could work. You work smart. But for the athlete, for military, or for a lot of people who is more like let's say who is more action, those type of job or those type of work, you cannot be smart.
Where it comes to a difference is that if you're gonna work hard, at least work hard that you're able to maximize on the steps. If you're gonna work hard, don't take one step at a time.
Right.
If you're gonna fucking work hard, make it 3 steps at a time. Then gradually become better to make 10 steps at a time. That's
Right.
working hard.
Right.
Now if you're gonna put that, that's also called working smart.
Right.
At the same time, other people, they're just gonna put 1 step at a time, 1 step at a time, 1 step at a time. That's completely working hard.
Exactly.
But if you want to implicate working hard and working smart, put 3 steps at a time, 3 steps at a time.
Yeah.
Work better, learn from your mistakes, make it 5 steps at a time, make it 5 steps at a time.
Yeah.
Learn from that mistakes, look back, make it 10 steps at a time, 10 steps
Oh
at a
yeah,
time.
you
Better,
learn a lot
better,
from the
boom, boom.
mistakes. Whatever mistake you make, that's how you learn. Exactly, you're right. But my point is, people trying to work smart, which is action related work. So you're trying to win the basketball game, but you're trying to be smart same time. You can't do that. Get it? You have to practice every day. Like for example, a lot of people they want to be successful.
then you just
not by not working.
Right.
You can't be successful without not working.
Well, it really all depends on the outcome and the endpoint of that person.
Right.
Does that person really just want to become, really good and professional at one activity?
Right,
Or
right.
is that person really want to become wealthy and famous and rich out of that one activity? There's always 2 standpoints to that one.
Right.
At the very end of the day, me, person A, versus person B, while I'm taking 10 steps at a time,
Right.
and the other person is taking 10 steps at a time as well.
Yeah.
The main difference is the outcome.
Oh yeah.
The main difference is going to be the outcome.
Yeah, outcome too.
Yeah, the main difference is the outcome. Is like, let's just say you're doing the same thing I'm doing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's why you have to have a game plan. Or yeah, you're right. Also, you have to have some kind of outcome, what you want, or same time you have a plan. What's going to happen? Exactly. So that's what a lot of people. Those business require the action, but they don't take the action. Even myself, that's how I learn a lot in business. Those business require or those hard work required, but I was trying to be smart. but that's how I felt. I mean, not bad to fail. That's how you learn it. That's how you go next level, or that's how you try to go to next level and next level. That's how you grow instead of giving up. You know what I mean? But my point was, you don't just be smart and trying to see something happen by itself. It doesn't work. Like I'm saying, like I want to be NBA basketball player, just reading the books. How does it make sense? Can you even imagine, like, I'm just reading the books how to shot the basketball, but I never practiced, I never take the action.
I mean, there's like a few individuals that will be very, very smart at that.
Yeah, but you never practice the ball, but you never shoot the basketball. How are you gonna do it?
It's talent.
Exactly, talent, action.
Some people doesn't need practice.
Right.
Some people can just get it off like that.
Right.
There'll be some other people that needs a little bit more practice than others.
Exactly. Of course, man. Yeah, so that's why a lot of people, they need more action to finish the job done or finish some project.
It's not really just about action. I think everybody, in my opinion, everybody wants a little bit balance of working hard and working smart.
Right.
That's the only thing is that do they have the hustle to work harder?
Right. Yes. Yeah. So do they hustle? Do they grind every day?
I mean, if they got like let's just say a business plan. You know, you got a business model that's working.
Right.
That's smart. That's already smart. Now it's up to you if you're gonna really hustle hard and just be working hard for it.
Right.
That's why there's a main big difference of working hard and working smart.
Exactly.
Such as a prime business model. A business model is already there.
Right.
But if you're not gonna use the business model, then you're just gonna work extra harder, not smarter.
Yeah, you're right too. Even I see a lot of people. Even when I grew up, I travel a lot. So I travel a lot of country. I've been a lot of states, a lot of country. So your point was right too. I see a lot of people. They work hard every day, but they don't get result. I mean, they don't make a lot of money. You get it? I know a lot of people. They work really hard. So let's say I see people like physical works. So they work really hard, but they're not making money. So what is your thought on that?
What's my stand on that?
Yeah.
It all comes down to
What do you think?
It all comes down to the country's economy.
Yeah.
It all comes down to the country's economy.
So you could. So can you say that is a problem of opportunity?
Hell yeah, it is a problem of opportunity.
But you can see people here too in the country, which is a big country. They're most developed country. They have a lot of great sources, but still people are poor.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. If in the first world country, if you're broke and if you're not making any hustle, then you're a snowflake.
Yeah.
You're just a weak-minded person with a weak ass with a weak ass hustle.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest factors that everybody's taking it for granted.
Exactly. That was my point. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people they took for granted.
And when it's time to get
they never get it. They never understand how big is the deal, the opportunity is.
And the opportunity, and that's why a lot of people take it for granted, especially people who are born here firstborn immigrants take it way too for granted.
Right.
And they get too comfortable even under pressure.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Even like those kids nowadays born in here, so they go to high school, so they hang out in high school every day. So they just whatever they do, they probably smoke some crap. You know what I mean? So drinks, hang out with the girl. They do everything.
Don't do that.
Exactly, don't do that. So you're not even leader, dude. Nothing, not even leader. Bottom line, dude.
That's a test. Whoever those snowflakes that said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it because he said so," don't do it.
Right, exactly. So those kids, as they grow up, so they think life is great, in that point. So the reality is they waste it all the time. So when they get to the point, so they finish high school, they go to college. Kind of same thing in college. They hang out and they got a lot of loans, they got a lot of debt. So they really don't work in college too. They just study. Probably a lot of people they study some crap like like sociology, that history. I mean history could be good, but sociology those things doesn't do anything. And they ended up graduate, and those degree doesn't do anything. So they're trying to find some job or they're trying to figure out what career they should do, and they go to the real world, the job world, and they screw now.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what why that happens? What do you think?
But in my opinion, why would that happen? Why would that happen? Is because it's the comfortability of that one person.
Right.
How that person grew up, and you know the opportunities that gave him the entertainment in the first place was there.
Right.
So it really didn't give him the sense of idea of the urgency that, you know, time is just moving forward. He's not getting any younger. He needs to hustle, or else time is going to eat him up.
Exactly.
And my take on that is just that the young ones, or should I say the people who are just like, you know, low-minded,
Right.
they just need to be, how should I say this, a little bit more, I can't say in a way, but they need to be more open-minded
Right.
on the idea that you know, they need to be more open-minded on what's going on and to be more conscious and aware.
But yeah, that's a good point. But for me, is I'm more focused on family. So I'm the dude who grew up with the family. So I was a great parent. I had such a great parents. It's kind of blessing for me. So they have taught me everything. Hard work, how to work hard, how to hustle, how to grind. So how to be a top, how to handle the challenge, pressure, everything. So I because I had a family, I came from the military background family. So my entire family was in military. So those conversations, you know how it goes. It's like death and life. So those conversations, when you either lose or you either die in the war. So but here we got a lot of people, we got a lot of kids coming. So they never learn those things. So when they never learn how to work hard. Even they never tried. So they think real world is easy.
Well, they're fucking snowflakes.
Yeah, exactly.
They're fucking snowflakes.
Yeah. So
they never got into under pressure. They never had
challenge.
They never had sweat coming down their forehead when when
Exactly.
it's time to hustle.
Yeah.
Because they're all comfortable. They're all comfortable where they at.
Yeah.
And how they were raised. More specifically is where they started from.
Right.
And how they were raised and how they grew up.
Right.
Prime example is a prime example that's opposite from those snowflakes is me.
Yeah.
I grew up with no perfect family.
Right.
I was raised by a single mother. My days consisted of mandatory schooling.
Right.
Of course, I had to get my grades.
Exactly.
But afterwards,
So you still figure out how to work hard. That's awesome. Exactly. So, but not a lot of people have those kind of mentality.
exactly. That's where it's from, because you got to go through experiences. As for me, my mentality came from gang warfare and living off the streets.
Right.
And from living off the streets, I was able to be more conscious of the other opportunities that was out there. And the opportunities was getting into activities where you have to kill somebody.
Right.
See all that pressure and all the experiences.
Right.
Getting into relationships that you're not even supposed to, such as business relationships.
Right.
That's pressure. And if a person goes through that, it'll make something out of them.
Right.
And a lot of people hasn't gone through that kind of pressure. And that's why they're
that is huge. That thing is huge, man. That shit is really good. Exactly. A lot of people didn't go through that pressure. So for me, what I think about those people is they should try to learn those things as they grow up. Get it?
Well, that's the point. They're not willing to learn it because it's not a social norm to learn the bad things in society.
Right.
Because everybody doesn't want any bad things, especially in a society. Especially everybody wants to be like, oh.
You brought a really good point about bad things. Exactly. So for me, I let the bad things happen to me. You get it? But those I don't let those bad things affect for me forever. You get it? That point. Let's say bad things happen for my life. Bad shit happened to me. So what happened is, like 5 seconds. Oh man, that crap happened to me. Boom, and I move on. But a lot of people is when the bad things happen, they screw, they cry on that crap, and they live on that crap forever. So they don't move on.
Yeah, they don't move on. They just suck on their thumbs all day long.
Exactly.
That's it. And that's what happens. And that's
That's
where,
exactly
that's where you get
how-
little. That's where you get little adults.
Yeah,
become little
that's
big
why.
old babies.
If you talk about business, that's how a lot of people they lose business. You get it because they think somebody, let's say they got some client and they cancel a business deal, or some people they got on the business team, or they lose people in the business, or some people they quit, and they start crying and they depressed, they stress out their crap, and they never move to the next level. You get it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For me, is like instead of preventing those bad things, I let the bad things happen for me, and move on to next one. Move on to the great things. It's like same thing. Like negative comes to me,
Yeah, absolutely.
but I get the positive.
Absolutely. Like I think if everybody was a little bit inclined of knowing the bad things in society,
Right.
then it'll at least help them how to maneuver the outcomes and the value that they can get from the bad times,
Right.
and let it progress them and evolve them so that they can get better and become reachable to that great times. So having a little bit of experience of the bad times,
Right.
is good, because that builds you experience,
Yeah.
and then the pressure with it, you already know how to handle it.
Right.
And second, you are able to make better decisions afterwards.
Right.
Unlike people who didn't have that kind of had that experiences,
Right,
they wouldn't
right.
have they wouldn't have the same experiences of someone that went through that kind of experience.
Right. Exactly.
You have a person who have lackadaisical snowflake decisions versus someone who has a very high performance critical decision. That's
Yeah.
the big difference.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying maybe it could be a lot of audience right now watching. They could be young people, or they could be go to high school. So
Yeah, you may never know. Half of them could be snowflakes.
yeah, exactly. So my great opinion for them is those are the young people. You need to learn, like including myself too. I learned from a lot of stuff. I learned from a lot of old people. So I learned from military people, old people, like athlete, because they know everything, how to work hard. So they knows how to handle the pressure. They know how to handle the challenge. That's how I learned. So what they should do, these new people, these kids, they should go to those people to learn. I heard, the best thing about how do you regret in life? You need to go to talk to the person who retired, and now they screw. If you want to know really how life is bad, if you really want to know how somebody, not somebody, how let's say my life is so bad right now. Let's say my life is so good right now. So I want to know how looks like I'm so bad in the worst situation. How can I practice that?
How can you picture yourself in that kind of situation so you're able to grab a sense of idea?
Exactly. Yeah. So that one is, how do you do it? Is you need to go to meet the people, meet the guy or ladies or man or woman who retired, and they never had opportunity. So now they retired. They don't have enough money to live. They don't have enough money to survive. So they are regret now. So what gonna happen is they will give you everything what they did in their entire life. So they could be doing some mistakes. There could be some they didn't did a good job, so they didn't retire with enough money, or they probably would be crying. They probably would be like depressing. That's how I learned from those people. And most of the time, even like I just lost my grandpa. I was and my entire day that day was I was talking myself in my mind. Was like, oh man, oh shit, what he did in his entire life. Instead of my grandpa passed away, instead of I was worrying about it, I just figured out what he went through. And one thing I found is he didn't have opportunity right now as we have. Get it? Like this is the human being, the human era we have right now in the world is great era in the history. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's the greatest era because, well, we got technology, everything is a little bit better.
See, there is. Yeah, exactly. So this is the great era in the human history. So if this is your time right now, and the young people, they complain, they don't do any shit, and they just screw and then shit on parents. So those people gonna really fucked up in the future. That's my things for those people, man.
Well, if that's one of you guys and you guys following that road, do a 180 twist and make something out of your life.
Exactly.
You know, one is find a job, you know, make some money. You want to do some vlogging, make enough money to go get a laptop. Do some
Get a
videos.
laptop, dude. Come on, man. They can do on the phone, freaking phone, cheap as some phone, you know.
You want some do
technology?
You want
exactly.
some do
Nowadays, yeah. Back in the day, even like those time when they start TV, television, they probably even didn't have this kind of phone right now we use, like iPhone, Apple, Samsung. You know what I mean? Back in the day, like freaking, you remember those phone, like freaking chick phone, like, you know what I mean? You just slide, like, if you hit the number. Yeah, we got everything now. Technology, all fancy crap. So you can do everything. But it's still people is true, man. Those things, man, dude, like breaks my heart so badly, dude. Like people, they become so lazy.
Well, that's what it is. People are born to be fucking lazy.
Yeah.
People are born to be straight lazy.
Right.
Okay. Our freaking $2 million brain right here.
Not even 2 million. This brain is you even cannot tell how much valuable.
There's 2 million
billions, trillions of that.
This 2 million old brain is meant to keep us safe.
Right.
Not high performance. It was meant to keep us safe from dangers. That's why humans are so fucking skeptical when there's an opportunity arises. That's why they don't take the opportunities because they're so damn skeptical.
You brought a human actually. Yeah. I have a good point actually.
That's why a lot of people don't get the opportunities because one, they could be very skeptical. They don't go
you
for it.
know that point.
Or two is that they don't have the opportunity at all.
Yeah. You know, in that point when a human being they reject the opportunity. Yeah, exactly. Human being is natural born with failure.
No, they're naturally born with fear.
Both fear and failure.
Yeah.
So human being never
failure is the unknown, and that's why people fear failure.
Exactly. So human being is born already with the failure mentality, so like a broke mentality. So they never get the chance to learn new things.
Yeah.
But the reality is you have to learn the new things, everything. You got some text? Awesome, man. The battery's done. Good. You're good. So let's continue. Yeah, so human being is literally, exactly. So human being has mentality, they never been successful. So what you do is you flip the mentality to broke mentality to the entrepreneur mentality, or winning habit. You change it that. Winning mentality, you switch that gear. That's how you grow, man. Nobody is a born successful man. People think we got handed. Even though people, I have a lot of friends, family members. They think because I come to America this opportunity, they think I got handed everything. But the reality is they don't know shit and anything about me. How hard to get to here, to work on my ass up, and connect with people, build with people, a lot of people, talk with people, and share the business with a lot of people, and build the organization with people. So they never realize those things. They just see the success, but they never see the grind.
Yeah, a lot of people just see the pedestal, but they don't see the stairs coming up to the pedestal.
Right.
See, and a lot of people just wants to become entertained. By the glamour and the glory. But they don't see the suffering, the sacrifice.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of value if some people were really to see between the lines of that.
Right.
A lot of people will appreciate of just hustling, not being lazy, just become a high performance person, or not even just a high performance, at least just do some action, not just become lazy.
Right.
And that's what it is. And if you're lazy, you tend to become very negative.
Exactly. So those people, they don't deserve success.
They deserve success in a degree, but in a sense of it's how they look, or it's how they would achieve that success and how their outcome or outlook of that success will be.
Right.
Some person can still be successful.
Right.
But if that person still has a hated heart, or still has hate in him for hating another colleague or hating another business partner, then that successful doesn't mean shit.
Right. Exactly. That's awesome, man. So let's change a little bit topic. So as you grew up, did you play any sports? Do you have any interest like winning habit?
Oh yeah.
How
So
was it?
so when I was growing up, I was very competitive.
Wow, I love that.
Very competitive. Yeah, especially when I was very young, like grade school. You know, like
what is
7 years
participate?
old. Hmm?
What is sport did you play?
Let's see. High school. During high school, my 4 years, from freshman to senior year,
Wow.
I played tennis.
Oh, tennis.
I played
Interesting.
singles. I played singles tennis, and super competitive.
Awesome.
Not to brag, I took my team, Artesia High School 2014, yip, to the CIFs, 2014 championship CIFs, and super competitive.
Yeah.
And that was my sports. That was just my sports. Just 1-on-1, at it, pop. It's just tennis.
It's awesome, man. For
I'll
me,
I'll play basketball,
Oh, you
and
did?
football,
Yeah.
but that was outside of school.
Right.
Basketball, definitely basketball. I was very competitive in basketball, playing at parks.
That's funny, dude. I was gonna play basketball as I grew up, but my height is like that really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's like my basketball career is almost over. You know what I mean? But I still can make it happen in business. Exactly. So for me, I learned a lot because my background, my family background was a lot of them was military background. So it's kind of almost like a sports. Even like more powerful than sports. If you talk about the military, you talk about war, you talk about victory, or you talk about surrender, you know what I mean? So those things really hit me out every day. Even a lot of time every day when I wake up and what I do every day is I look at those people who sacrifice their life to do something. One's better, wants to protect the country, or sacrifice for the country, or serve for the country, or they're developing, or they're making great the country. So I look at those people like military people. They have great experience to sacrifice their life. So they number one things, they never fear. Get it? They never fear. They never. So that's how I learned those things. That's how I apply those things in the business, because you should not fear in the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever the correct characteristics that you get from
Yeah.
from successful people, it doesn't matter if he or she's a doctor, if he or she's a lawyer,
Right.
president, a senator, as long as they have successful, and then the sacrifice and the sweat and tears that got along the way, then by all means apply that knowledge into your own path of success.
Right.
You know, it doesn't mean that, you know, a successful, you know, for example, you know, a successful military person, you know, his success to him or her, his or her success in the military means going all out blazing, guns out,
Right.
trying to protect your squad and eliminating the enemy.
Right.
That could be a success.
Right.
But the underlying characteristic of that action is becoming a leader, fearless.
Exactly. Yeah.
Taking-
Fearless leader. Yeah.
Taking
exactly.
action.
Yeah.
That's the characteristics that you
Right,
that
right,
people,
right.
people need to get
Yeah.
from different sectors and apply it to their
You're right.
their grind or hustle, the professional, or their career.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So-
That's the point. Yeah, that's my point too. Exactly. That's how I learned those things from those people, because they have done number one things. They sacrifice their life, so they never fear. Even they never give up. Even though they're it's like death and life. So you go to the war. It's like death and life. And you cannot supposed to fear in the war.
Right.
You either kill or you get killed. So that's how much I am so fired up about these things, man. That's why that's why I want to sacrifice every day. I want to grind and hustle every day, because I look at those people, man. Those people are giving their life. They're giving their sacrifice everything they got.
Yeah, they sacrifice their lives for snowflakes that sing on their asses on the couch back in their own country.
Exactly. Even
That's what happens.
yeah. Those are like even way better than athlete and champion. You could be playing sports. You could be in NBA. So you could be, you could be rock star, but there is no death in life situation.
Also,
You
let me
either-
add that
You either
sacrifice.
you either lose or you will win.
Right, but let me add in, they also sacrifice for the healthy lives and family life of
Oh yeah.
the hardworking Americans.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, yeah. If you talk about everybody, exactly. Any country in the world, it's the same thing. Yeah, they do the same thing, man. So they sacrifice family's health. They sacrifice for family too. Exactly. they want to protect the family too. That's why a lot of people they sacrifice their life too. So that's how I learned from those people. So that was the first one with military. Second thing is old people, like retired people. Those retired people have the greatest experience on the history of human being.
It could be greatest experience, but you know, it could be good or bad.
No. Yeah, it could be good and bad. Yeah, exactly. You're right. It could be good experience or bad experience, but that could be lesson for us. Get it? Does it make sense? That could be lesson for you and me, because let's say they failed, or not a failed. Let's say they didn't make money. They don't have enough money. Now they're retired. Guess what? Now, oh shit! I need to get a lot of money now to retire, or I need to have a lot of success in the business, or I need to work hard, make sure I have enough to survive. Get it? That's how a lot of people. That's the reason a lot of people became homeless, because they never prepare for something, so bad things happen, and they let the bad things affect their life, and they don't take action, and those bad things became worse and worse every day, and they never take care, and their life is gone.
It happens.
It happens,
really
man.
happens to the weak-minded peoples.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, man. Yeah, weak-minded people, man.
Yeah,
You gotta be strong, man. Strong mind.
Yeah,
Ladies and
you
gentlemen.
do something bad and you let it down spiral your path of your life.
Right.
Then if you're not gonna do nothing about it, then you're just a weak-minded individual.
Right. Oh yeah, you're just a weak-minded individual. Exactly. So you need to get the better. You need to have. It's a mentality, dude. It's a mentality. You flip the gear. You switch your mentality to, man, a strong mentality. So even you lose, you switch it. Even bad things happen for you or to you, then you switch it, man. You go to the next level. You move on.
But I think you can also apply that they're comfortable, they're comfortable level where they at as a human.
Right.
Is where it is where it is where they think it is.
Right.
If they think that they're not enough, then of course they're not going to be enough, because they're attracting that kind of energy and manifesting it physically in your life.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why you get a lot of people who are just so like weak-minded and weak-spirited.
Yeah, even I last time I was actually reading one article from, I think that was from, I forgot, Entrepreneur magazine. I forgot. So now in the history of human being here is the millennial, the new young people. Those people gets appended in the history of millennial is the largest number in the history. They just released the article. Yeah, they're the number one appended people. Appended means they cannot work hard. They even like it's like just if I say something, they always get offended. Like one of those people, like you even just say something good thing, they get offended.
Well, I think it's in a way is that a lot of people I think a lot of people need to like steer in a different direction when it comes to being disrespected.
Right.
I think a lot of people need to reassess on how they approach on being disrespected.
Right.
Because there's a lot of value. If you're being disrespected, there's also value that can be brought out to that outcome.
Yes.
But
here's my point. You could be disrespectful for me, but I can understand you.
Yeah, it's all about being,
you get it?
Yeah, it's really just reassessing on how you really react.
Yeah.
It's just
it's a mentality, dude. It's an exact mentality. Like it's like, let's say like you trying to offend me, but if I'm a loser, I get offended. But I'm a champion, I'll take that. I'll take your offended word, whatever you can say to me. So, but those things doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
But the problem is this world right now is we got a lot of people, a lot of those kids.
Yeah.
So they never learn those things. So if I just said something to them, they get quickly offended. So they never get better. So they cannot handle the pressure. That means they cannot work hard. You know what I mean?
I'm no psychologist,
Yeah.
but in my opinion, I think it's just really on just how to reassess on being
Right.
just to reassess the reaction of being disrespected.
Right.
And it could be it could be even a little thing or a big thing. It's
Right.
just how you react to it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how you react. Exactly. It could be a small thing. It could be big things. That's how you react, or that's how you take, and you move forward. You don't get stuck on that offended word or offended things, because that is the number one problem in society today, man. You get it? Like if you talk to the young kids on the street, they can shit on anybody anytime because they get offended. They never has taught that in family. This is the history of the human being. They never learn anything in the family, other than that.
How many questions do we have? Speed it up.
No, that's not a question, dude.
How many
We're
questions
just
do we have
talking.
left?
We got about 20 more minutes.
20 fucking more minutes?
We're gonna go 1
I don't
hour.
want to fucking spend an hour doing a fake podcast.
No, we got time. Don't worry about it. What? It's too much?
It's not too much. It's like I could have done other things too.
Come on.
37.
No, we're good. No, we don't have anything to do. We're good, man. Let's practice some things, man. It could be helpful for you too, or it could be helpful for me too. I really appreciate that, man. Exactly. I'm saying I'm learning from you, dude. I'm learning from you too, man.
I'm not learning anything, man. I'm intoxicated. I'm not remembering shit after this.
What? Come on, man. You're teaching me. You preached me, dude. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah. So yes, you grew up in here. How's your life in the high school? Life every day. And I'll tell you my story too.
Okay. How my life was in high school.
Yeah. It's the same thing every day.
My high school
The
life.
journey.
Oh man, that's a personal shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
My high school life was very hard, difficult.
See?
I was always standing down
Yeah.
on whatever I need to do. I was always book smart. I always kept my grades high, had high honors, AP classes.
Yeah.
But at that point as well, from where I was growing up,
Right.
there was always gang infested areas, and the environment the environment that you get put into, you gotta adapt to your environment.
Right.
And my environment was dangerous. It was
Yeah.
deadly.
Wow.
You got gangs. You got fucking bullets flying around during the night. You got gangs. You got gangs doing rumble fights.
Yeah.
And you got
very dangerous.
you got drive-bys as well. And
Yeah.
you living in that environment, it's like living in that environment becomes your reality.
Yes.
And me, that became my reality. But at the same time, I fought it.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed in school,
Right.
got good grades.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was able to get accepted to a few universities.
Right. That's great.
Such as Cal State Long Beach.
Yeah.
Got accepted there. UCLA got accepted there as well.
Good.
Cal State Bakersfield.
Yeah.
But the only thing is that I was so dived into the other activities that I was doing outside of school that prevented me of reaching a higher education, what everybody wants you to do.
Right.
But my high school was very, very hard.
Wow.
You got book smart me getting good grades just because you just don't want to. You have your families.
Right.
I had my mom.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had my
family
mom to really have a really sense of idea of who I'm doing this for.
Right.
And I had my mom.
Right.
That's where I was doing my books. Like my mom would always be like, "Hey, son, get good grades,
Yeah.
get splendid grades. You gotta get whatever you want."
That's usually every family does.
Yeah,
for their
and
kids.
that was me. And I always stuck to my mind. Okay, get good grades, get high grades. Let's do
Right.
this. Get good grades.
Right.
But at the same time, I was living with no family.
Yeah.
I had a family. I had my single mom with me, but she was single.
Right.
And my mom would work double shifts, so I did not see her. I would see her in the morning,
Wow.
and I would not see her until she comes home later in the night.
Yeah.
So it was just me, being the only child, growing up. I was adapted. I was adapting to an environment of gang infested. And even myself, I was
So hard,
involved.
huh?
Yeah, it was hard. Even myself, I was associated with the gang. I'm not going to name a specific set, but I was associated with that. And good to gracious God, I wasn't, I didn't do any activities that harmed anybody.
Right.
But it did give me the opportunity to become business savvy, business minded.
Right. So you want to get to the next level.
Yeah.
You want to move on to the next get greatness.
When I was already a young kid, from 7 years old,
right,
I already knew the value of money.
Right.
Because at 7 years old, that's when my parents split.
Yeah.
And then the income of the family just drastically changed.
Wow.
And then the lifestyle, you can already see
Right.
what's happening. It happens fast. The lifestyle changes, the money income changes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you being a young kid, you're like, oh shoot, what's happening?
Right.
Okay, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. So you get like worse situation.
The situation becomes a little bit, becomes unfavorable.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta work with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it really gives me the opportunity to mature my young mind.
Right.
I learned the value of money at 7 years old. I started selling candies when I was 8, 9, 10.
Really, you did? Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man.
So at a very young age, I was already an entrepreneur selling candies at 8, 9, 10.
You know what?
11.
You know what? Just hold on for a second. Yeah, I used to sell something too, man. When I was in high school, actually, this is so funny. You even couldn't believe me.
Uh-huh.
I was born in the country, like more we were like agriculture.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like we were like a farmer. So what happened is my family, we grew up in the farm. So we were like we grew up with the, like a lot of farm. So we produce potatoes.
Oh,
Is that crazy? You cannot believe me. Like,
I mean, it's a staple. It's a staple food.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we
yields a lot.
We produce a lot of potatoes, and actually one of my grandma, so she used to store a lot of potatoes, and I would go to her. I'm a kid. As a kid, like I was like that time probably I was 7, 8, and I would go to her and like, hey grandma, can you sell me those potatoes? And she's like, no, I cannot sell you. No, it's here's the deal. Give me that potato. You're like let's say 20-pound potatoes, whatever, and I will sell your potatoes out there, and I'll give you money back, or I'll bring you something to you. Let's say like some food for you. I'll sell the potatoes for you. And she's like, yeah, of course, hell yeah, like And so she would give me those potatoes.
Yeah.
Like same like your story, like you selling candy. So I would buy the potatoes from my grandma, and I would go to the market and I would sell that potatoes and freaking make money.
Make profit, yeah.
Make money, man. Yeah, I have done that crap. You even couldn't believe that. And I made money. I made money. I saved money, that money, and I pay back to my grandma that money. And I made money and saved money.
I see, and going back to that question, why a lot of people are so weak-minded is because they didn't go through that kind of pressure.
Exactly, a lot of kids, even like all my family, I have a lot of family members too. So a lot of family members, they never have done those things. Man, I really like that point, dude. Like selling candy, yeah, man. I've done a lot of crazy things when I grew up as a kid. Even if you say if you compare here in the U.S. law. It could be like child labor, right? It could be like child labor, but it doesn't matter for me, dude. I have done those things, man. I was selling potatoes every day, man. To go to just buy potatoes and find a customer.
You just gotta make it happen.
Make it happen, man. Go out there, man.
Well, unlike you, I wasn't going any farm.
Right.
I was selling out at first period.
Wow, man.
That's a completely different.
You brought me like
you were going to farms,
point.
Going for a higher.
Right.
And my business was just at first period.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
Matter of fact, it wasn't even first period. It was homeroom period. I was selling out even before the period started.